So I want to make this video for any producer out there who wants to get their hands on some vinyl emulation software, but these sorts of plugins can cost money, but I'm going to tell you about a free one you can get your hands on, which I think does an incredible job of recreating that retro or analog warm feeling, let's describe it as, that you're looking for in your mixes. A couple of producers, especially in pop music, that I look up to who use this sort of effect a lot is Charlie Puth on his tracks. Like, try and give that really sort of retro 80s feel to tracks, and even some Dua Lipa tracks, which just feel like you got that warm low end, which can be hard to replicate sometimes. So again, this plugin right here is the Isotope Vinyl. This is a free plugin. I will leave the link below to how you can get your hands on this. All you have to do is give Isotope your email, but honestly, Isotope is a great plugin company. I have their mastering software as well, and it is fantastic. So Isotope, again, like, they're a very good, reliable brand, and the fact they have a free vinyl plugin, that was music to my ears, and I had to try it out. This is what it looks like on the service. We're going to play around with it right now and see what it does for a track. I've very fittingly got a lo-fi tracks, because vinyl, I mean, this is the perfect effect for a genre track like lo-fi, because again, you want to really emphasize on the low end of tracks, like almost sort of like bring out the more scratchy nature in tracks. That's what lo-fi is. It's a little bit rough around the edges, but at the same time very aesthetically pleasing on the ears. So anyway, let's first listen to the track. This is a Save Your Tears cover lo-fi beat I've done for my Joe-Fi project. Let's have a quick listen, and then I'm going to apply the vinyl, just what it is out the box, and see what it sounds like. Go. Okay, so we've got some scratches going in there. This is, I guess, from all these settings here. I imagine this is a dust setting we can hear. But right at the box, like, a lot of the low end's been cut off, because again, this is for a 1970s vinyl. Now, the way you got to look at it is we have all these different decades to choose from. Now, 1930s, I imagine, to be very tinny. You got to imagine how vinyl was listened to back then. But this is a really cool effect if you want to sort of mix up the dynamics of a track. Like, this has so many different ways you go about it. There's also a lo-fi button here, which is intriguing. But let's just see what the difference is from 1930s to 2000. I'm going to quickly flick through them. Seems to be more low end been added. I'm intrigued to see what 2000 sounds like. But... oh, that's nice for low end. Oh, okay. This plugin almost seems like it's perfect for lo-fi music. I'm a big fan of the 1980s and the 2000 one, because a lot of low end gets added. Again, in sort of the post-production mixing, you can control the low end a bit more, but this just adds such a nice layer of warmth in the low end. Now, let's just stick with the 2000s for now, because I think that was probably my favorite out of the lot. So let's start seeing some these other settings, because again, like, this is an RPM. Obviously, that's normally set for the speed if you've got a 7-inch vinyl or if you've got a 12-inch vinyl. So let's see what this sort of stuff does. Let's see what spin down does. Now, that is something that'd be really cool for your productions as a sort of a filler or a stamp between sections. Imagine having that effect. This is such a cool effect, just one button. And I'm sure you can automate that in. That's really cool. Okay, let's see what the lo-fi does now. Here we go. Interesting. Okay, so it makes it a lot more sensitive in the higher frequencies. I'm not sure about that feature, but again, like, it's different, and you never know when you might want an effect like that. So that's very interesting that you've got that in there. The wear, I imagine this is probably going to be the quality of the vinyl, so I'm expecting this to probably get a little bit more of the brightness taken off it as we add this. Wow. Okay, that's really cool because that means you can manipulate the audio, like, and the quality of the audio. So, like, again, like, if you're looking to experiment on effects, this seems like it could be a really great plugin. But let's get to the more nitty gritty of the software on here, just so we can wrap this video up. And so we got the dust, scratch, and the warp. Now, let's start with the dust. See what the dust does. I think that's the vinyl crackles that you hear, because that's normally what dust causes on a vinyl. So, anyone who's looking for that sound of a vinyl, this is it. Let's just turn it off. And then back on. And there's that vinyl crackle. So again, even if you just want a vinyl crackle on a track, this plugin literally does it for you very easily. So I'm a big fan of that. Let's turn the dust off and let's see what scratch does. Okay, again, like, that's edgy, like, it does what it says on the tin. That's what a scratch sounds like on a vinyl. I don't know what I'd use that for, but again, like, it seems to be a nice way to maybe create some sort of percussive element on a track. Now, let's go to warp. I'm very interested to see what warp's going to sound like. And we've also got these different settings here as well. Seems like an interesting way to modulate track. Again, like, out of these ones, the dust one I feel like I'm using a lot for especially lo-fi music, because you sort of get that nice little soundscape of the vinyl in there. Now, the last two settings we'll look at is the mechanical and electrical. So let's see what this brings to the track. Okay, so these are sort of more like machine sounds from the actual vinyl player itself and speakers. That's quite cool though. That's a little low end rumble. Now what's electrical? Add some ground noise. Or some white noise rather. Okay. Don't really know what to use them for, because normally, obviously, like, the whole point of, like, the mixing is you're trying to get rid of them sort of sounds. So it's actually very interesting that you can actually purposely add them in. So again, like, if you're looking for an edgy or sort of like a lo-fi track where it's sort of like the whole idea of the production is it's sort of meant to be rough around the edges, then I mean, again, that's what we go for. But I think the thing I love most about this free plugin, which I think you need to consider, is mainly these two. For the sort of music I make, I like to make sort of 80s influenced pop music. I like to make sort of dance pops. Like, we're talking about like Charlie Puth, Dua Lipa, and even Lauv, sort of, where it's got that really sort of like warm sounding dance music. Like The Weeknd as well is another example of that. But yeah, like, but these just sound great. So yeah, overall, my overall thoughts on this plugin is that I'm definitely going to be using this. It seems like it definitely does what it says on tin, and for a free plugin, this is absolutely incredible. So I highly recommend that you get this. If you don't have any vinyl emulation software producers out there, I highly recommend you get your hands on this. It's free. Again, I am going to leave the link below and how you can get this plugin for free. Go try it for yourself. There is literally nothing to lose from getting this. And yeah, overall, I'm a big fan of this, and you know, I give this a very positive rating indeed. But yeah, guys, hit that subscribe button, by the way, if you are new to this channel, or if you enjoyed this video, and let me know if there's any other plugins that you want me to review or try out. But again, thank you for watching this video to the end if you made it this far. Keep making music, and I'll see you in the next video.